Hello, Divine Ones. This is Ashley H.A. Williams for Fueling the Flame podcast, a sector of FD1111 Ministries. And I am coming on just to discuss the Archangel Michael energy as well as this star, Aldebaran. Aldebaran is associated with the Archangel Michael and is the watcher of the East, part of the four royal stars. So what's so important about this star is that it brings a lot of luck. It brings a lot of new beginnings. It's also in the sign of Taurus, in the constellation of Taurus, in the right eye of the bull. And so this is where we get the phrase bullseye from. And what's really important about this is that with the right side, this deals with intuition as well as prophetic gifts. So the right eye of the bull, we're talking about activating more prophetic gifts. So last month we had the constellation of the goddess Cassandra, prophetic gifts coming through. And so these are strengthening at this time. Working with Archangel Michael and with this energy, we're cutting a lot of energetic cords. So the color blue is associated with Archangel Michael and his sword of truth, of justice, of righteousness. And we are learning how to tap into our intuition and to cut those old cords of ourselves. So when we're cutting cords, when you're visualizing cutting cords, think of the color blue, think of his sword cutting through those energetic blockages. Now, when you are trying to activate the protective side of Archangel Michael, think of the color red. Some of the stones to work with Archangel Michael would be the sunstone, would be ruby, amber, and those stones actually came through last month with the Feminine Fridays in one of those readings where we had two Queen of Pentacles cards come out. One of the spices to work with Archangel Michael is cinnamon. Cinnamon is a very powerful spice. It's that of action, it's that of vigor, it's that of passion, zeal, as well. It is a protectant. Hematite is another good stone too. I meant to mention that. A good day to work with Archangel Michael is on Sunday. Now, Sunday being that he is associated with the sun, however, we do have Saturn. He's also associated with Saturn, which was the first sun, the black sun. I encourage you to also work with him on Saturday, activating that Saturn type of energy during the hours on Sunday of 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. On Saturday, I really feel strongly at 7 a.m. or either 7 p.m., something dealing with the sevens. During this constellation, the new moon in Gemini, we are talking about intellect. We're talking about activating something new within our intellect, within the frontal part of our mind. And this goes hand in hand with the constellation that came through with Andromeda and Perseus, cutting those chains to our past, to our family ties. As well with this Archangel Michael energy and with this fixed star and with all of these energies that are coming through, you know, we have Pluto as well as Saturn in retrograde, in the reverse, I was about to say. What's going on there is that we're breaking family ties. And I'm not talking about like physically, like you have to stop talking to your family. I'm talking about old family behaviors and thought patterns. We're reactivating our mindset, our frontal part of our lobe, the way how we think about things. So with these prophetic gifts paired with the new intellect that is coming through, we're becoming a powerhouse, okay? And I've been going over this with the hierarchy of the collective. So you have the different tiers of the collective and the different levels of the consciousness that they're raising their vibration to. So this is really kicking into full throttle here. The energy is starting to pick up even more. With this star, Aldebaran, it is the star of luck, of wealth, of time too. You know, sometimes when you are waiting on something or you're working towards something, it seems like time is dragging on and on and on. But we know that time is speeding up. This karmic burning is speeding up. So things are coming to us more quicker, but as well easier because of the way how we're thinking about things, the way how we're processing things. So during this new moon in Gemini, that we are prompted not to overthink things, to settle within our energies, because remember, with those prophetic gifts, we are sharpening our sword of intuition. Some of the foods that I'm hearing to intake into our body right now are kidney beans and red beans, brown beans. High in iron, but as well with that color, that pigmentation of those beans, that we are activating the energies of Archangel Michael. But there's other fruits as well that are coming through. I see strawberries as well as apples, red apples. I see blueberries as well. Some of those will be good to intake in your body, especially with cinnamon. I'm going to post over on the Patreon page a couple cinnamon types of things that you can use, like recipes, as well as manifestation techniques using cinnamon, as well as a protectant, a healer, all of that, that type of stuff using cinnamon. As well, I hear rosemary. Rosemary is a good purifier as well as a good magnet. Cinnamon and rosemary are a good magnet for magnets for abundance as well, and clearing the path. I feel like this is a good time to cut a lot of energetic blockages with old partners, such as exes, especially those that you have had some type of sexual energy with. So even if you have not actually engaged in sexual contact with them, even engaged in fantasies about someone else, I think this is a good time to clear those energetic blockages, because sexual energy has a very high potency in magnetizing things and working with other types of energies within yourself. So if you're trying to clear the way to bring something new into your life, especially your divine partner, you need to clear out all that old energy. And that's what I feel like what the Spirit is saying right now, with this Archangel Michael, and specifically with the color blue, and clearing all of that out. So if you are working with protection, use a red candle. If you're working with cutting energetic blockages, work with a blue candle. And I'll be posting another video within this week about how to cut those energetic blockages. There's 3 techniques that you can use. I'm pretty sure there's more, but there's 3 that come to mind to use to cut those energetic blockages, especially strongholds using sexual energy. This could also include, I hear sexual torment. I also hear sexual abuse as well. This would be a good energy to use, a good angel to use right now. This is a great time to take ownership of your karma. And so once again, just to reiterate for those that may not know, that karma is change. Okay, karma is repeating the lesson until after you have learned something. Karma is, I have fallen down, but now I'm getting up. I have fallen down, now I'm getting back up. That's all that it is. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to curse at all. If it was not for karma, we would not be able to learn something new. We would not have the new opportunity. And so we should actually thank karma. I actually have a video entitled Karma, the Holy Spirit and Christos energy, one and the same. So think of karma as being like a scientist, like yourself being a scientist and karma being the experiment. And you keep going at the experiment until after you master the experiment, or until after you have proven your hypothesis. And that's what's going on. And we're talking about karma and faith going hand in hand. So with this Saturn in retrograde, this is a great opportunity to take ownership of our karma. Instead of, pointing the finger outwardly, look inwardly and take that ownership and say, what is the Spirit trying to show me right now? What are my spirit guides trying to show me right now? It has to be something, otherwise it would not be in my existence. It's always a message there. And that's what the sword of truth of Archangel Michael will show you. If you ask Archangel Michael to cut away the scales off your eyes, your spiritual eyes, and be able to see what is going on, you will not have to repeat karmic lessons over and over again. And Saturn is also in Capricorn. And this is talking about the South Node moving away from something. So we're moving away from that negative karma, and we're moving towards something positive, the Dharma. All right. Something that we really want to bring into our life, something that feels good. All right. But we have to get all of this grudge out of the way. I hear like grudge and grime and all of that sludge out of the way, so we can get to the purified state. And just to reiterate that Saturn is the first sun, the black sun, and we have our sun that we traditionally call the sun, Ra, all of that. And yes, we do receive a lot of our information from the sun, but the sun receives its information from the black sun, Saturn. And there's new information that's coming from Saturn onto the sun that is reflecting down onto the earth, as well as the moon. A trifecta here that's raining down onto the earth. And we're traveling throughout the galaxy, okay? And we're receiving new information. As well, we're being protected as we're receiving this new information. And so with that being said, that definitely looking into where your planets are placed in Saturn, and working with those planets, because there's that information is coming from Saturn. And so Saturn, the rings around Saturn, we're talking about being in harmony with those rings in Saturn. The rings around Saturn represent your chakras and your chakra systems. So if they're not in harmony, there's some disalignment there, some disharmony. You think about a guitar. When you pluck the strings, if it's not attuned, it will be out of tune. It won't be in harmony, okay? And we want to be in harmony. We want our chakras to be in harmony. So look where your planets are placed in Saturn and work with those planets. All right, well guys, this is it for this video / podcast. Once again, I thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you guys for liking, sharing, and commenting. I really do appreciate it, for even listening to what the spirit is saying through me. We are all just portal. That's another thing too. I meant to say that no different than the sun, it's something behind the sun, okay? It's like a portal, like a disc. I said this was a channel message a while ago about we are portals. We are actually projectors. So we are animated by something else, all right? And so what are we projecting onto our lives? What are we projecting onto others? What energy are we projecting? So being that we are projectors, that we have to make sure that our energy is properly in alignment to be able to project the life that we want. Going back to the sun being a projector, whatever is behind the sun, whatever planets, whatever energy that is behind the sun is going to come down onto earth. And that's new activity, new energies coming through. And with that being said, do check out the energy update video that I posted yesterday. That will be listed down in the description box. As well, with that portal and that projection, that we're bringing in new information. We are always bringing in new information. There's always something new. So if something has become widely spread throughout the masses, that means that it's something new that is coming in. Think about that. We always have someone at the top of the pyramid, those divine beings, that 1.4% of individuals, beings, divine ones at the top of the pyramid, bringing you new information. If the Kabbalion and all that stuff like that is widespread information, that means you best believe there's new information coming through that's trickling down through the masses that will become well-known knowledge eventually. I hear 1,000 years. There's something, millennia, whatever. But anyways, if you want to join the Patreon page, that link is down below. Free monthly readings and other information over there. If you're interested in personal services, that link is down below. Interested in checking out the blog, that website is www.fd11-11ministries.org. Please hit the like button, share, comment. The more engagement that a video has, the more that YouTube will push this information to more divine ones. And please consider joining the family over here by hitting the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification button so you can receive notifications when I go live and when I post new information. You guys, sending you much love in the full spectrum of light, all to you guys in divine wisdom. 613 energy, for those who've been with us for a while, what that 613 mean. If not, just comment down below. I can make a whole dedicated video to that. All right, you guys, until next time, this is Ashley H.A. Williams for Fueling the Flame podcast. Peace.